Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning into the Financial Investor channel. My name is Brent, and today we're going to be covering Thursday's sort of market pullback and correction. The very last time I had released a video of this was on August 17th, but as I look through my records, I started releasing weekly recaps every single week on either Friday or Saturday, and the last time that there was a pullback in the market was on September 9th. So it has been a full month since there has been some sort of a pullback in the market, and you can see during this pullback the Dow had lost 0.86, the S&P had lost 0.61, and the Nasdaq had lost 1.29%. My portfolio was in the positive, but I always cover major indexes and when they fall. So today I'm going to be making another video covering the losses for Thursday. So the Dow had lost 0.14%, the Nasdaq had lost 0.18%, and the S&P 500 had lost 0.17%. So it's, dang, I just closed my YouTube one that showed that. It's actually one of the shortest, smallest pullbacks that we've had in quite a while. As you know, we had the Dow reach markets record highs for Tuesday's closing and Thursday's closing. So here it says the Dow Jones Industrial Average was flat most of the day today, while the S&P and the Nasdaq were up, but they both fell towards the end of the day. You can see that the S&P 500 fell. We already covered that. And then the actual Dow Jones, all three of the indexes, but the Dow Jones is actually very positive for this week still. We'll see how Friday how it swings. Will it be positive? Will it be negative? And of course, I'll be doing my weekly recap on Saturday on my Facebook channel, on my Facebook website. So a couple other interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and post this article in the description below, along with my next one here that I'm going to be covering some of the interesting areas where the Dow Jones had record highs, while the on Tuesday and Thursday for 2 days in a row, which is, that's remarkable. That Dow Jones has been doing so well now towards the end of the year that I believe it may actually catch up with the Nasdaq. Look at this, Nasdaq has had an increase of 22.45, the Dow Jones has an increase of 15.58, and the S&P 500 only has an increase of 13.94. So that Dow Jones could catch up with the Nasdaq, and I think that would be amazing. JP Morgan and Citigroup, they released earnings and their revenue, and they both beat their earnings and revenue by quite big numbers. They had mentioned in here that global customer banking and revenue had increased by 3%. Institutional client group revenue had rose by 9%. However, corporate revenue had sank 55%, and the stocks had declined by 2.4%. So JP Morgan was down 0.8% on Thursday, and Citigroup was down 2.4%. So one interesting thing here that's also mentioned is that Bank of America and Wells Fargo will be releasing earnings on Friday. And I believe Bank of America will beat their earnings, whereas Wells Fargo may not beat their earnings. They've had a bit of lawsuits, and they came under fire so many times within the last couple of years that I don't know if their stock's going to be recovering or what's really going to be going on with them. I could probably take a quick look at what their market flow is kind of going, or their cash flow is sort of doing, but it's a banking, it's in that sector, so they may actually beat their earnings. They have what's it called? Loyal members. People really don't want changing institutions where they hold their money. Say if you hold your money in Chase, you're going to be very resistant to moving your money into another bank that you've never really banked with, just because you have such history with that specific bank or such. One other interesting, or two other things that were in here, was crude oil prices were lower even after weekly readings of crude oil inventories showed a sharp decline. So when inventories showed a sharp decline, that generally means, the supply and demand, more supply. When you have a lot of oil, the prices tend to be lower. When you have a little bit of something, the prices tend to go up, So crude oil prices were lower despite inventories being sort of on the decline. And I'm actually, I was actually negative on Exxon the other week, but it's actually bounced back. After Hurricane Harvey, I was in the negative by, I believe, quite a bit. I think it was like down $200. But Exxon, it's one of those great companies that they're actually they're moving away from being reliant on oil prices. So they've actually done quite a bit of other stuff. So this is actually a hold for me right now because it's actually on the positive. But as you know, I'm a dividend income investor, so I don't really look at the changes all the time. I really do this for kind of just showcasing. I think it's really interesting to watch these and to see what really affects them. Because Exxon did take a bit of a hit today. You can see Exxon here. Where is it? Right here. Took a loss of 17 cents or 0.21% today. And then AT&T here, my biggest loser, were AT&T and Ford. But primarily AT&T, just because I hold such a large amount. I hold 94 shares of AT&T, whereas Ford I only hold 2 shares, so I'm not too big on Ford. So let's go ahead and covering AT&T. Yeah, Trump did sign the healthcare executive order. That did affect my Pfizer, I believe. You can see Pfizer took a hit of 0.27. And AbbVie, where is AbbVie? These things, I don't see the ticker symbol, so I guess I could go, yeah, right there, alphabetical. I had a loss of 0.35% today, and this could be due to the healthcare executive order that President Trump had signed. Its market effects remain to be seen, so this article kind of covers some of the effects that took place. He couldn't go through the Senate and passing that new healthcare bill, so he just signed an executive order on the Affordable Care Act that could potentially destabilize already fragile American healthcare markets. So again, this article is basically covering that market effects remain to be seen. So you could see Pfizer, you could see AbbVie, you could see healthcare sector as a whole begin to trend downwards here in the upcoming weeks or months. So that was an interesting read. I'll go ahead and have this one in the description below. I think it was a good read just to have information. I don't like regurgitating everything that I read because I think that's kind of boring for listeners and viewers. But I think both of these articles had quite a bit of information for Thursday, and I think it was all a really good read. So definitely worth the read. So those 2 articles will be in the description below. Now AT&T was my biggest loser of the day. You can see here it's the most popular stock of the day with a loss of 6.1%. And as you know, I am a good holder of AT&T. I have it right here. I have 94 shares of AT&T, and it's actually negative in my portfolio, which means it is able to be bought at a huge discount. So you can see here that my buy price for the stock was $36.31, whereas the current price is $35.86. So I'm at a loss right now, but man, it is a great buy. I have a yield of 5.4%. Right now, AT&T is sitting at, I believe, let's see here, where is AT&T? If I click it here, does it give me the dividend information down here? No, I think I have to go into here and punch it. I'm still learning this thing. I think I have to go into my watch, and here we go. Down here we can see the dividend yield right now is 5.47, so 5.47, whereas I have 5.4. So you could actually get a much better yield, a better price, which would increase your yield right now. I don't think they've increased their dividend. I think Verizon had increased their dividend a bit ago, but this is a great buy. I only have a couple $1,000 put in AT&T, but its quarterly income is $46.06 for those shares, or $184.24, and that is a very nice chunk of change, especially when you begin to reinvest it and compound it quarterly or even monthly. If you see it's down and you're able to buy more shares at a discount, you can take other stocks dividends or your monthly investments into the market and just buy the stock and kind of average down and bring your loss higher. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be adding a little bit of money into my portfolio. As you can see here on Merrill Edge, you can see at the top my cash and money accounts. It's sitting at $26.30. So unless AT&T falls into the $26 area, I don't think I'll be buying a share right now. But I think in the next couple of days I'll be doing uploading some money into my Merrill Edge account and buying. I already missed, or the ex-dividend date was on the 6th here. This is so much more useful information than Robinhood. You know, this tells me the yield, this tells me the ex-dividend date. The yield's actually correct, the graph data is actually correct, the dividends, everything's all on here. So I think that's amazing. I think once I learn to really use this program, it's going to be much more beneficial in just kind of tracking my stocks and just making sure that I do get the best buying opportunity for everything. So I'm still haven't explored everything to its fullest, but I'm working on that here. So AT&T took a loss of 6.1%, and that was mainly due to its DirecTV Now streaming services gained 300,000 subscribers in its third quarter, while it disclosed in Wednesday's filing that it lost 390,000 subscribers to a traditional pay TV video service. So this snippet here is what caused this stock to fall. They also said that they lost a little bit of money due to earthquakes. AT&T and these stocks are ones that I like to track because AT&T, Verizon, these are some huge blue chip stocks. You know, they're income stocks. These are good long-term buy and hold. As you know, AT&T has paid dividends for 30 plus years and will continue to pay dividends. So they're really changing it up. They just merged with Time Warner, and even though they release these sort of things where, you know, they drop by 3.5%, oh, that was their loss. So this article was written in the middle of the day, in the morning, and had only shown their loss of 3.5%. But why this is a good buying opportunity? So this article right here, it says that they gained 300 DirecTV streamers and they lost 390 streamers. Well, in the article that I wrote for their second quarter, they had lost 351,000 traditional video customers, but they had only gained 152,000 DirecTV Now subscribers. So that means that their traditional video customers is decreasing slightly. So there were 351,000 that they lost in second quarter, but now they only lost 300,000 subscribers in their third quarter. They only gained 152,000 DirecTV Now subscribers on their second quarter. Now they gained 300,000 subscribers in their third quarter. So this is ramping up. They're more than doubling their DirecTV Now subscribers. So 152,000 back in second quarter, 300,000 now in the third quarter. Fourth quarter, you could see another 350, 400,000. And eventually, this is going to offer a lot more revenue than their pay TV video services, because this is their own DirecTV. You know, they merged. They have DirecTV. They can release their own ads through it, which is another revenue source, along with the service that people are paying for. Whereas, you know, people buy the subscription, traditional pay TV, and you're just kind of paying for the service. But look at the difference here. They got 300 new subscribers and they lost 390 subscribers. That's a difference of 90,000. Whereas in the last quarter, they lost 351 traditional and gained 152 with a loss of 199,000. So their numbers are actually getting much better. So I really think that AT&T is a great buying opportunity. The stock will definitely bounce back once people notice that their subscribers for their video streaming service is actually doubling quarter after quarter. It may not double in the fourth quarter, but this is Christmas, so they might do some sort of promotional thing. New iPhones getting released, so people are going to be going into these stores to buy these new devices. Then they might get offered these new video streaming services. Hey, if you're signing up for the iPhone, why not get this streaming video service where you can stream your videos directly to your phone? It won't take any of your data. It'll be just part of our service. So, you know, that's a good buying opportunity for or good advertising and marketing opportunity for AT&T. So I do not think the AT&T taking that big of a loss today was really worth it, in my opinion. I think that AT&T will bounce back very easily. They also did take a bit of losses because of the Hurricane Harvey. I don't think this article is as interesting as this other one here, so I'll mainly put out. I'll go ahead and put them both out. I didn't really cover this one. This talked a little bit about how they were hurt by the natural calamities such as multiple hurricanes hitting the coast and such. So they've had a bit of a rough third quarter. So where they may have lost some subscribers due to natural, due to earthquakes and such, which affected their earnings by 2 cents, they'll definitely make this up in the future. And their subscribers that they lost that are cable subscribers, I don't think that's any sort of loss. They're picking up streaming video services where these people will be more willing to keep their service. They will be streaming on their devices and watching ads from AT&T. So definitely going to recover. So hopefully I am able to invest some money into AT&T. I would like to bring it up a few other shares here. I'll probably end up buying a few more shares of AT&T because it is a great buying opportunity right now. It's actually down in my portfolio, so I'm able to average down. So that is it for this video. Hopefully it wasn't too long and dry, and I think it was very informative, especially about AT&T. Let me know in the comments if you are willing or going to be, not willing, but if you're going to be taking a look at AT&T. If it is not in your portfolio, would you consider adding it to your portfolio? If it is in your portfolio, would you continue to hold AT&T, or did you sell it, or are you looking for a good sell point to get out of the stock? So that is it for this video. I want to thank you all for watching up until this point, and if you did like the video, hit the like button below, and please remember to subscribe for future financial videos. If you have any questions at all over what was covered, or just want to say hello, please leave a comment below, and I will always reply. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Bye.